Let me start with a company I've seen more times than I can count, a distributor. Revenue climbing every quarter. Everyone in the building feels good about it. And quietly, at the very same time, gross margin is sliding the other way. When we finally built a price waterfall, the cause shows up in about 10 minutes. One sales territory has been giving away 5 to 7% more in discounts than anyone else. No extra volume, no strategic reason. Nobody actually decided it, it just accumulated, one reasonable sounding concession at a time. And here's the thing I want you to take away today. You do not need to hire a pricing team to fix that. I have built 3 pricing teams from scratch over the last 20 years at large multinational companies, and that is exactly why I will tell you most mid-market companies do not need one on their own. What you need is discipline. And let me show you what that looks like. First, why is this worth your time? As pricing is the most powerful profit lever you have, and it's not even close. We chase volume because revenue is the number that everyone can see. And pricing is quieter and it moves profit far harder. And here's the proof. McKinsey looked at around 130 distributors and found out that 1% improvement in price lifted EBITDA by about 22%. To get that same result from volume, the average distributor would have to grow units by almost 6%. So sit with that for a second. A 1 point of price did the work of 6 points of volume. And volume means new customers, more tracks, more working capital, more risk. Price just means keeping a little more of what you already sell. And here's what most teams miss. You do not capture the point of price only by raising the list. You can capture it by keeping more of the price you already charge. So the cheapest margin in your business is the point you are quietly leaking right now because nobody's fighting you for it. So what is price realization exactly? It is simple. It is how much of your price actually survives all the way to the bank. Every order starts at a list price, or whatever you call it, and then reality happens to it one concession at a time. And so picture one order, list price $100. A customer discount takes off 8, a rebate another 5. You absorb $1 of freight and $1 in extended payment terms. By the time it's all done, you keep 85. That is an 85% realization comparing your pocket price to your list price. And here's what makes it hard to catch. Those $15 did not disappear in just one bad decision. They leaked across 5 small ones that each felt reasonable in the moment. So no single villain, just drift. And that is why you cannot see it until you build a waterfall and lay every step out in a row. Now, here's a part that executives love. Say that unit costs $70. At $85, you're keeping $15 of gross profit. Now, imagine you recover just 2 of those leaked dollars. Pocket price goes to 87, and because your cost did not change, that falls entirely to the bottom line. So $15 of gross profit becomes 17, which is a 13% jump on that one order. No new customers, no price increase. And so this is the reframe I want you to remember. When margins get tight, the reflex is to push through a price increase. It feels decisive, everyone can see you did something, but the list increase has to survive that entire waterfall before it reaches the bank. And if your sales team is used to discounting to win, the increase just gets discounted right back off. So you raise the list 3%, handed it most back in concessions, and annoyed customers for almost nothing. And fixing realization is the opposite. You're not asking customers for anything new, you're just keeping more of the price they already agreed to. So raise the list when you have earned it, but fix realization first, or the increase leaks out of the same cracks the old price did. So where does it go? Most of the leak hides below the invoice line, where leadership never really looks. Everyone watches the headline discount on the quote. Almost nobody adds up the rebates, the freight terms, the promo funds that come later. And it's bigger than most people think. In a lot of B2B companies, that is 10 to 20 points of price, sometimes a good deal more. McKinsey documented one company where the off-invoice leakage ran past 16 points and the pocket price ended up nearly half of list. Bain has seen cases where sales generally believe that they gave a 10% discount, and finance measured pocket price landing 25% below list. Same deal, very different numbers. And why does it keep happening? A lot of it is how we pay people. Bain surveyed more than 1,700 companies, and when you pay salespeople on revenue alone, they have every reason to give on price and none to defend it, so deals close at the lowest margin the rules allow. And that is not a character flaw, it's people responding to the scoreboard you gave them. An incentive problem and incentive problems have fixes. So here's how you fix without building a department. 3 things, and none of them require a brand new hire in your organization. Number 1, set approval thresholds. Every customer tier gets a price range. Inside the range, reps move fast and you leave them alone. Go past it and you need a yes from a named person, and every exception gets logged. The log is where you find the territory quietly bleeding margin. Number 2, run a deal desk. And before you picture a big committee, don't. In a mid-market company, it is a 30-minute meeting once a week with 3 people. Someone who owns a customer, someone who owns the margin, and someone who can actually say yes or no in the room. You only look at deals that fall outside of the range. Everything inside, it just goes, and urgent quotes get the fast lane, so the deal desk never costs you a deal. The point is rhythm. The decision happens on a schedule you control, not in a panic before the quote is due and the customer is about to walk. Number 3, track realization by salesperson. This is one that almost everybody skips. Most companies look at price realization as one company-wide average, and the average hides everything. It blends your disciplined reps with the ones buying every deal, and you learn nothing. Simon Kucher found that firms that do not track realization by seller cannot tell who's trading price away to hit their numbers. And in one case, the blind spot cost the company $8 to $10 million a year, which was 3 to 4% of revenue. And the fix is almost embarrassingly simple. You just put each rep's realization on a chart, and the conversation changes the day people know it's measured and they can see where they stack up. So the path we use at Revify Analytics runs stages, and each one pays for the next. So you never bet in the budget on faith. Stage 1 is the diagnostic, right? You make the leak visible, you build a waterfall, you rank customers and products with what you actually realize, and you find where the money goes, in addition to a slew of additional metrics that we run for the customer. And most companies surface a 1 to 3% margin improvement just in that first pass, usually from 4 places: discounts that drifted past policy, inconsistent approvals, small customers getting the deepest deals, and commodity products being discounted like premium ones. Stage 2 is the stabilization. You stop the bleeding. Thresholds go in, the deal desk starts meeting, exceptions get logged, and realization goes from a dashboard you can see drifting real time, not at year end. Stage 3 is then optimization. Now you go on the offense, right? It becomes a strategic lever for growth. You have clearer segmentation, value-based pricing. You're pushing price where you have earned the room. And this is where you separate price from mix, which trips up most good operators. And here's the trap. Margin goes up 2 points, everyone celebrates, and no one can say why. Did prices actually improve, or did you just sell more high-margin products this quarter? One is durable pricing work you can repeat. The other is luck in the mix that can reverse the next quarter. So if you cannot separate your price, mix, and volume drivers, you reward the wrong thing and miss the real leakage. And stage 4 is scale, right? And most companies can tackle this by themselves, but for those that don't want to build a whole department, a virtual pricing team keeps the whole thing running over time. You get the function, the expertise, the governance without a headcount or the enterprise price tag. One mid-market medtech manufacturer did exactly this with no pricing team of their own and improved net price realization by about 5 points. The controls stayed in place after the project ended, which is the part that matters, right? You own it, you run your own playbook. I know the stages sound slow, so let me show you how fast the first win lands. Remember that distributor I opened with, the one with the territory discounting 5 to 7% more than anyone else? Here's what happened. We did not reorganize anything or hire anyone. We built a waterfall and put that discount gap on the slide where everyone could see it. The moment it was visible, the conversation changed from an argument about who was right into coaching on how to close that gap. The territory pulled back into line, and that one move added $500,000 in profit in 6 months. No new hires, no price increases to anyone who was already paying fairly. And that is the pattern over and over. The hard part is not fixing the leak. The hard part is seeing it. So here's where I will leave you. If pricing in your company still just happens deal by deal, rep by rep, the opportunity is almost always bigger than it looks. Not because your people are doing anything wrong, but because nobody has measured it yet. And you cannot manage a number you have never put on a chart. And the first move is not to hire a pricing team. I've built 3 of them, and I know that is not where you start. The first move is to make the leak visible. Build the waterfall, look at realization by customer, by product, by rep. The number tells you what to do next. And that is a small part of a Profit Diagnostic does. It shows you where your price realization is slipping and how you can get it back. And because each step funds the next, you're not making a giant bet up front like buying an expensive system or hiring a large team. You first find the number and then let it pay for the second next step. I'm Enrico Sieni, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.